In today's show, every Magic the Gathering card combos with the last card mentioned on this show. And I'm going to start off with Preposterous Proportions. This is a 7-mana sorcery. Creatures you control get +10/+10 and gain vigilance until end of turn. Now, the rules to the show are simple. You have to name the card that's currently comboing, that's going to currently combo. Plus, you have to name your next card. That way I can tell what on earth you're actually trying to combo with, because it's good. Anyone with lag, this is going to be an absolute chaos. Now, some synergies will be fine so long as they're super, super powerful. But for the most part, the new card has to combo with the old one. So Jeff says, so this is going to be more like which card pairs best with this card? Absolutely. But it has to combo. So you have to make a combo out of preposterous proportions right now. Now, I mean, they don't always have to be great ones. Steve Cooper says attack and well, no, you can't just attack and fling. So that has to be something a little bit more. Oh, I see. So we have creatures, and then we're gonna fling with only one. Is that enough? I don't know if that's enough damage to actually win. I don't like it. If it were you're throwing some 100 power creature, I'd understand. Remember, I need the first creature. Grape Shot would not combo with this card. That's for sure not. All right, we need some good ones. So you can even short form. You can say like proportions plus this card, because if you're just gonna throw out a bunch of random names as we get down into the show, I don't know which card you're actually talking about anymore. But right now we are talking about preposterous proportions. So what is this? Nuisance engine? Let's see if this works. This is a 3-mana artifact. Pay 2, tap, put a 0/1 colorless pest artifact creature token onto the battlefield. This is awful. That is not combo with this card. That's like one creature. This is creatures you control get +10/+10. It's just absolutely awful. This, okay, Trample says this and Tramp of the Hordes. Triumph of the Hordes, a 4-mana sorcery. Until end of turn, creatures you control get +1/+1 and gain Trample and Infect. All right, that's a combo. All right, now how do we combo with Triumph of the Hordes? So this is why, as we move on with more cards, please mention the old card and then the new card that you're going to be comboing with. So because we've already moved on. We've already moved on, Kano. So now we need a combo that's gonna make use of making all your creatures super big and super infecty, you see? Well, I don't know. Well, I'm not trying to make, yeah, it's like a chain of combos to make it very interesting and fun. So we need some card. I already started with the Triumph of the Hordes. I already started it with the what's it called? Preposterous Proportions. Now we need a new combo. Okay, old boy's got the idea. Okay, Triumph plus Heartless Hidetsugu. Heartless Hidetsu. This is gonna work. Heartless Hidetsugu is a 5-mana 4/3 Ogre Shaman. Tap. Heartless Hidetsugu deals damage to each player equal to half that player's life total rounded down. Oh, is that an infect damage? Creatures does that work? That is crazy. That is so sick. So okay, well, Heartless. Okay, does half your life total is probably 10, and 10 is enough to kill you. It's a weird situation where you actually want to be super low on life. Maybe this won't work versus the Death Shadow deck because it won't actually deal enough infect damage. That is pretty cool. All right, now we're on Heartless Hidetsugu, a creature that can deal damage to each player, mind you. We would have wiped out everyone at the table with this combo, equal to half that player's life total rounded down. Okay, we have Charge and Badger here with Hidetsugu plus Wound Reflection. Wound Reflection is a 6-mana enchantment. At the beginning of each end step, each opponent loses life equal to the life they lost this turn. Holy crap! Another, like, golden one. So basically, yeah, the Heartless Hidetsugu deals half the damage. Wound Reflection deals the rest. Finishes you off. All right, now we need a combo with the Wound Reflection. An enchantment. At the beginning of each end step, each opponent loses life equal to the life they just lost this turn. And remember, we can't go over the same card twice, so we might end up getting stuck and have to do this all over again, but we'll figure it out. A little slow on the draw here, Christopher B. A little slow on the draw. Charging back. Oh, actually, you weren't slow. Oh, no, you were. You were still on you're still on Triumph for some reason. That's why I'm asking you all to name the first card first. All right, so Random Mage is the first one up. Wound Reflection plus the Tree of Perdition. We are sticking to 2-card combos today. Tree of Perdition is a 4-mana 0/13 plant defender. Tap, exchange target opponent's life total with this creature's toughness. How would that work? Okay, so at the beginning of each end step, each opponent loses life equal to the life they just lost this turn. Oh, so you're saying, like, if we deal 13 damage, we then do the old switcheroo. They have 13 life, and then they die. Okay, I'll take that. I'll accept that. Now, John himself in the Tree of Perdition with Triskaidekaphobia. I think this is a pretty popular combo. 4-mana enchantment. At the beginning of your upkeep, choose one. Each player with exactly 13 life loses the game, then each player gains 1 life. Each player with exactly 13 life loses the game, and each player loses 1 life. Are we going to be stuck here? Is that life loss legal? Oh, for the last one? So at the beginning of each end step, each opponent loses life equal to the life they lost this turn. Oh, you're talking with heart? Yeah, I believe that. Yeah, they would lose more life equal to the damage they take from Heartless Hidetsugu. And then if they take 13 damage, they can get finished off with the True Perdition. Yeah, RIP anyone like 10 seconds behind or a slower typer. Well, hey, not everyone's going to be a winner, and people are going to get disqualified. Don't worry. See, we're already taking a breather here on the Triskaidekaphobia. I think everyone's getting tricked. Everyone has been put into Who Wants to Be a Millionaire mode. Okay, what else combos with this card? There's probably got to be something. Yeah, you snooze, you lose. Any shift in life, regardless of technicals, counts as a gain or loss of life. That's correct. So if you take damage, that's loss of life. It's just that if you lose your life, that's not considered damage. But if you take damage, that's considered loss of life. Just part of the many technicalities of Magic the Gathering. So it's interesting, you know, we get into this game. It's so easy, you know. You just attack, you deal damage, you draw cards, you play cards. What's there to learn? What's there to know? And the deeper you get, the more complicated and more convoluted it gets. And remember, you can short form it. Okay, Raptor with Wings says Trisk plus Reverse the Sands. What the hell? When you have 13 life? Okay, Reverse the Sands is a 8-mana sorcery. Redistribute any number of players' life totals. I find that really funny. When you have 13 life, how would that work? At the beginning of your upkeep? I guess... Okay, I guess you're at 14 life and you make yourself lose a life to 13, then you play Reverse the Sands and then you just pass the turn. That'd be so funny. Okay, how does anyone win with this thing? How is everyone going to win with Reverse the Sands? You redistribute any number of players' life totals. Each of those players gets 1 life total back. Actually, do I understand this card correctly? You choose which player gets which life total when the spell's resolved. Okay. So we swap in life totals around here. Kano with Reverse the Sands plus Spatial Binding. Okay, we got Spatial Binding, a 2-mana enchantment. Pay 1 life. Target permanent cannot phase out until the beginning of your next upkeep. What is this card? Just redistribute any number of... Okay, so basically we're going to swap... We're going to give somebody... 1 life, because we're gonna pay all our life down almost to 0. That's actually, I like that. That's pretty neat. It's not exactly a TKO, but it's pretty close. It's not that bad. A lot of people have some great suggestions, but unfortunately the lag has gotten to you. Just a reminder, you can always refresh the stream to maybe catch up if you're a little bit slow on the lag. Okay, well now we have Argentina, Spatial Binding plus Mirror Universe. It's like 2-card combos galore today. So Mirror Universe, a 6-mana artifact. Tap, sacrifice Mirror Universe. Exchange life totals with target opponent. Place ability only during your upkeep. That will work too. So we're going to basically donate donate our 1 life to somebody else, and we're going to get all their life. I like my system. I'm glad I asked everyone to name the first card first. Because otherwise we have people here at Binding. How far was Binding? Oh, it was this far. It wasn't too far. Okay, we're at Mirror Universe now. We're in Trading Places combo arena here. How many times can we exchange life totals? Or bring our life total back down to 1. At the end of today's show, someone could probably build an entire commander deck out of all these cards. Just make sure you got a Wooburg commander, and it's just like a bunch of 2-card combos. Probably be one of the most hated decks of all time. Sager, we are making 2-card combos out of every single card that we see. So now that we have Mirror Universe, you got to mention Mirror Universe, just like Frederick has done. And Channel? Ooh! Not a particularly legal card, actually, in Commander. Legal for today's show. It's a green sorcery. Until end of turn, anytime you could activate a mana ability, you can pay 1 life. If you do, add Colorless to your mana pool. That actually sort of works with your Mirror Universe. Because it's very expensive at 6 mana, so you can, like, pay all your life for, like, pay all your life, go down to 1, play your Mirror Universe, and ideally win the game. All right, we have... Everyone's mentioning Fireball instantaneously. All right, whatever. The classic channel Fireball. Delayed? No, I want real Fireball. The red X sorcery. The spell costs 1 more to cast for each target beyond the first. Fireball deals X damage divided evenly, rounded down among any number of targets. You know what's really funny? In a commander game, this combo sucks. Were you going to spend 39 of your life to deal not even kill 1 person? That's how it would work in Commander. You're not even going to kill 1 person out of this entire thing. Doesn't work. Channel is a sorcery. Mirror Universe is only usable on upkeep. No, but the combo is you play Channel, you go down to 1 life, you pay all your mana, you cast Mirror Universe, and then you just pass the turn until it gets back to your turn. I think that's very reasonable. I think it's a very reasonable combo. Okay, so we've got... who has no combo yet, too? Okay, so we have Fireball. Okay, we got Das Scallywag has Fireball with Tempt with Mayhem. Tempt with Mayhem is a 3-mana instant. Tempting Offer. An offer you can't refuse. Choose target instant or sorcery spell. Each opponent may copy that spell. Oh god, and may choose new targets for the copy they control. You copy that spell once, plus an additional time for each opponent who copied the spell this way. Oh my god, you may choose new targets for the copies you control. So, on choose target instant, so each opponent may copy. You copy that spell once, plus an additional time. Okay, so we are guaranteed 1 copy no matter how our opponents decide, no matter what our opponents decide to do. But then if they decide to copy it, we get more copies. That's crazy. It's basically, it's Sudoku if they do that. Like, if everyone gets a copy of Fireball, they're all gonna die for sure. Bryce says, how did the show work? Name the current card with a card that would combo in the future. That's how the show works. So who has... And I'm also trying to keep an eye out for people who haven't had one. Tempt with Mayhem with Hive Mind, you're welcome. But we have no card, actually, to copy with Hive Mind. I mean, you just tempt with Mayhem, basically with Hive Mind. That gets to 3-card combo territory. We're looking at only 2-card combos. Good idea, though. Trying to keep an eye out for people who have not had one. Tempt with Twin Cast. Again, we're just copying these 2 cards off nothing. So this card has to... That, like, you know, Tempt with Mayhem wouldn't even be able to be cast in a void. So it's only 2-card combos today. Okay, the first... Okay, Sager with Prisoner's Dilemma. How much of a dilemma? Okay, 5 mana sorcery. Each opponent secretly chooses silence or snitch, then the choices are revealed. If each opponent choose silence, Prisoner's Dilemma deals 4 damage to each of them. If each opponent chooses snitch, Prisoner's Dilemma deals 8 damage to each of them. Otherwise, Prisoner's Dilemma deals 12 damage to each opponent who chose silence. Would this actually win? Okay, so you get 2 copies of Prisoner's Dilemma, which is really weird. If each opponent chooses silence, deals 4 damage. I think they all are forced to deal 4 damage to each other. That's all it would do. It would not. I actually don't know if this is because like if each person gets a copy, then they'll all just die. This is the copy card. Hold on. So well, hold on. What are you guys trying to tell me? Was Twincast? I thought Twincast was like. Or are you talking about this card? This is the copy card, like the best card to copy. Maybe I got confused. The first time it's random. Second time you know who snitched last time. No, well, if I'm in the Prisoner's Dilemma situation, I'd be like, look, everybody, we have to all just take the 4 damage. Well, I guess someone could someone could snitch, and then we're all screwed. But it's again, it's like Sudoku, complete Sudoku. Okay, who wants to combo with Prisoner's Dilemma? Charging Badger does. Remember, you have to name me the card first. You can shorthand it. But you have to name me the first card so I know which card you're trying to combo with here. Because the lag is going to make this confusing as we move on. Catalyst Stone, a 2-mana artifact with flashback costs you pay cost up to 2 less. Flashback costs your opponent's pay cost 2 more. How does that combo with Prisoner's Dilemma? This is too weak. Disqualified. Going back to Prisoner's Dilemma. Just snitch once and everyone dies. Well, they don't have to. Each opponent, only the opponents are doing it. So we have Prisoners. Okay, Prisoner's Dilemma and Dual Caster Mage. Again, we're copying this damn thing. Dual Caster Mage, 3-mana 2/2 Human Wizard Flash. When it enters the battlefield, copy target instant or sorcery spell. You may choose new targets for the copy. What a chaotic card to copy. Okay, so now we got Dual Caster Mage on the board. Bryce is like, what lag? Says someone who has probably fiber optic internet and a backup with Starlink or something. Some people have lag out there, Bryce, you know? Some people are still working on dial-up. Some people live... Actually, I hear there's so many people, like in America, they just live in the middle of nowhere. They're just outside the city, and they're just no good internet service out there. It just blows my mind. 2025, people in the middle of nowhere are basically living on dial-up internet speed. It's gotta suck living out in... like basically in farmland. Okay, Dual Caster Mage. Don't think Steve Cooper's gotten one. Dual Caster and Molten Duplication. This is probably a bad show to donate on because you never know when you're going to be too late. This is a 2-mana sorcery. Create a token that's a copy of target artifact or creature you control, except it's an artifact. In addition to its other types, it gains haste until end of turn. Sack it at the beginning of the next end step. So on. So we're creating a token. We're getting a copy of target artifact or creature, except it's an artifact. How does this work? So when it enters the battlefield, copy target instant or sorcery spell. This doesn't do anything, does it? Because we're gonna make a copy of target artifact creature you control, except so we just make a copy of this thing, but it just dies, right? I think it just cast the spell, then cast. Oh, and then I see. Okay, yeah, I thought about it wrong. No, yeah, that's right. I take it all back. Yeah, so we're actually casting the Molten Duplication first. On, whatever the hell we're casting it on, and then Dual Caster Mage comes in and copies the Molten Duplication, and then, yeah, we go infinite. Cool. Very, very cool. I like it. My system is working. You're all naming combos for Dual Caster Mage, but we are past that one now. Random Age. By the way, I'm still looking out for people who have. If you have no combo yet, you let me know. Molten and Deadpool, the trading card. Very fourth wall breaking. 4 mana for a 5/3 mutant mercenary. As Deadpool enters, you may exchange his text box with and another creature's. At the beginning of your upkeep, you lose 3 life. Pay 3, sack this creature. Each other player draws a card. How's this combo? I don't get it. So we're gonna create a token of this card. As it enters, you may exchange his text box with another creature. At the beginning of your upkeep, you lose 3 life. Sack this creature. Each other player draws a card. I actually don't get it. Actually, you have to explain this combo. This doesn't mean anything to me. The copy gets the ETB. You may exchange the text box. No, that is weak. That is not a combo. That is like some very weak synergy. It does not feel particularly game ending. It doesn't feel big enough. It's like, okay, Molten Duplication, you get another ETB. It's like, that's like a combo with Thragtusk or something. Okay, we got Molten Duplication plus... Well, the copy gets the ETB. Copy dies, but the text box is swapped until the other creature leaves play. Oh, is that... Okay, so is there a more nuanced thing to this? Because they are legendary. So Deadpool enters, you may exchange his text box and another creature's. At the beginning of your upkeep, you lose 3. I don't get it. Like, I don't get it. Someone has to spell this out more to me. The copy gets the ETB. Copy dies, but the text box is swapped until the other creature leaves play. Well, there's what ETB? The ETB, when it enters the battlefield, swap text box. It takes opponents' abilities and can shut down their cards. Thanks. I heard enough. I'm not sold. Okay, we're on Molten Duplication. Christopher B says Paladin of Predation. Paladin of Predation is a 7 mana 6/7 Phyrexian Knight. It's got Toxic 6. Paladin of Predation can't be blocked by creatures with power 2 or less. Is that any good? Create a token that's a copy. Okay, so in theory, if we have 2 of these creatures in play and they attack at once, they will kill the opponent because they'll get 12 poison counters. Yep, 2 swings of Toxic, high enough to kill. That is correct. A little bit of work to get that combo through, but you know what? It checks out. It checks out. Time for Paladin. What's awkward is because this doesn't have Infect, no one can mention a pump spell because it doesn't matter. The players get... That's weird. It's got Toxic 6. So like if it has 20 power, it just deals 6 poison. Players dealt combat damage by this creature also get 6 poison counters. So pathetic. We got Kano, Paladin plus Fire Shrieker. Fire Shrieker, 3 mana equipment. Equipped creature has double strike. Doesn't do anything. Oh, no. Oh, sorry. No, it does. It does. Oh, and does it? Yeah, I think it does. So whenever it gets dealt... Okay, yeah. I was like, well, you're just dealing 12 damage, but dealing Toxic 6. No, actually, this completely works. I'm getting too itchy on the trigger. So we deal 6 damage, deal 6 poison, but then we do it again. We deal another 6 damage, deal another 6 poison. Yeah, that works out with me. Fire Shrieker. Okay, now this has got to combo something easily. You know, we're easily going to deal double damage twice. Okay, I don't know if Argentina's got a combo yet. Fire Shrieker plus Unstoppable. Oops, what am I reading Fire Shrieker for? Okay, Unstoppable. Ooh, which one? Oh, Slasher. There's like 5 unstoppable cards. We have a 3 mana 2/3 zombie assassin with Death Touch. Whenever Unstoppable Slasher deals combat damage to a player, they lose half their life rounded up. When an Unstoppable Slasher dies, if it had no counters on it, return to the battlefield tapped under its owner's control. Actually, not a combo. So, like, if you lose half their life, they're just going to lose half their life twice, but it doesn't kill them. Doesn't even put them down to 1. I will not count that. There's other combos where Unstoppable Slasher would be a combo, but that one is not good enough for me. Yeah, it doesn't work. It only halves it. Halved it twice. I still got a quarter left. Ha! Quarter. You know what they say. You only need a quarter life left. I don't know if they actually say that, but... So I was trying to create some sort of analogy to a chip and a chair, like from poker. You only need one life. But in this case, you only need a quarter life. Okay, we got Jackal with Fire Shrieker plus Gazella. I assume... Which one? I hate when everyone is like very vague on the cards. This could be the completely wrong card. If a source would deal damage to an opponent or permanent an opponent controls, that source deals double that damage to that permanent or player instead. Holy moly! That's a lot of damage. So we're like gonna do quadruple the damage. This is crazy. Okay, Gazella Blade. I'm pretty sure it's Gazella. Literally 90% of the Eldrazi's combo with that last card. That's true. Less than a quarter because it does the 2 damage also. Okay. You're right, Frederick. You know what? You got me. The Unstoppable Slasher deals 2 damage, then they lose half the life. She would be a one-shot angel with that one. Well, I believe in 60-card Magic. I don't know about 40-card Magic. Might still be a little bit of work. Beatism with Gazella and Helm of the Host. People love Helm of the Host. You only get it once. It's been burned. That's it. It's a 4-mana equipment. At the beginning of combat on your turn, create a token that's a copy of equipped creature, except the token isn't legendary. If equipped creature is legendary, that token gains haste. Also equipped for 5. Okay, we found... what is the one of the billion combos people are going to give off with Helm of the Host? Millions of combos. Okay, Tauto Nick Nightmare with Helm of the Host and Krenko Mob Boss. Is your favorite? Does that work? We have 4 mana, 3/3 tap, create X, 1/1 red goblin creature tokens where X is the goblins you control. I don't know if that's good enough, to be honest. It's a little too weak. I know what you're trying to do. But like if this assumes you have like a million goblins in play, and at that point, like, you know, a lot of other stuff can win. So we need we need a cleaner combo. It's good synergy. It's good target. You know, I'm sure Krenko and Helm of the Host loves it. Combat create. Oh wait a minute. Am I reading this wrong? At the beginning of combat on your turn, create a token that's a copy of the equipped creature, except the token. Hold on. Does that work? Except the token isn't legendary. If the equipped creature is legendary, that token gains haste. No, you're just making a Krenko. You're making a lot of stuff. Finally, we broke Helm of the Host. We'll go with Tresaro Port Razor. If I understand that one correctly. Port Razor is a 5-mana 4/4. Deals combat damage to a player. Untap each creature you control. After this combat phase, there is an additional combat phase. Port Razor can't attack a player it has already attacked this turn. But I believe we're making a copy, however. And then do we untap all our permanents? Untap each creature you control. After this combat phase, there is enough... do we have enough mana to keep moving this? Except the choosing is legendary. That token gains haste. Oh, I see. No. But the new Port Razor is the one that's dealing damage. This combat phase, there's an additional combat phase. Okay. Okay, we have Port Razor. Port Razor on block. Johnny Cat's in their own world over here. You have to mention a card already mentioned here. Helm. Oh, sorry, you're a little slow on the draw, Ikaya. Sorry about that. Okay, we have Port Razor. Yeah, you get a new win each combat. That's right. Infinite attacks. Just says, Nikachu doesn't even know how to play Magic. You know what? A lot of people would agree with you, and he's been pretending and using his psychic powers to choose what words to say. I'm sure there is somebody who could actually do a pretty good job pretending they know how to play Magic by just always talking about the game, but never actually playing the game. But no, I am actually playing the game. Jackal, Blade of Selves. Get one more in. Okay, 2 mana equipment. Equipped creature has Myriad. When it attacks for each opponent other than defending player, you may create a token that's a copy that's tapped and attacking that player or planeswalker. Oh, I see. Holy what does that do? So what, you're going to get like 1 million extra combat phases? That seems absolutely insane. Okay, we're going to take a look at way more of these combos, but we do have to thank our sponsors today, starting with FusionGamingOnline.com. Where do you want to get all these combos? Well, they've got the inventory. You better believe they got Blade of the Selves, Helm of the Host, and many more. And even if they don't, it's very easy. You just get on the wish list, and they'll let you know when it is in stock. Not to mention, you can also get board games 20% off, the deal of the week. Always check in for the next deal of the week. It's always something new, and they've got Avatar, Booster Singles, Spider-Man, Edge of Eternities, Final Fantasy, and many more to supply and satisfy your Magic the Gathering needs, or Yu-Gi-Oh! Or what other games do we have? Pokemon, Yu-Gi-Oh!, Flesh and Blood, Altered, Lorcana, One Piece, Neopet, Star Wars is back. Oh my god, Riftbound. Riftbound is in its own world over here. And anyway, you can, no matter what the card game is, use coupon code Nikachu at checkout to get 5% off all your purchases, and it supports the channel. We're also going to thank Mana Traders, the premier place to rent Magic cards on Magic Online. The best, it is cheaper because you're renting the cards. You don't own them. You can play as many decks as you want. And unlock your imagination by playing all formats using my coupon code Nikachu_58V for 40% cash back on your 3rd month subscription. And back to our combos. All right, we need combos for Blade of Selves. That's the deal. No Digimon? There might have been Digimon at one point. I mean, I don't follow that inventory. Last time I was at Fusion, I don't remember seeing any Digimon cards. Bryce says Blade of Selves and Dockside Extortionist. Would that do it? That doesn't do anything though. That depends on the opponent having a bunch of artifacts. So I would say that's not a very. I would not say that combo is particularly clean. We need a cleaner combo. Darkstar says ad block can't block this. Yeah, that's right. It's being streamed. Well, thank you, our sponsor. This blah blah. Yeah, and also you can't fast forward because if you're watching live, you have to watch the ad segment. You don't have a choice. So what do we got here? Looking for some people who haven't had a combo yet. Blade, Master of Cruelties. Okay, so a bit of a combo for it's a combo for Commander. We have a 5-mana 1/4 first strike death touch. Master of Cruelties can only attack alone. How does that work? So does the Blade of Selves let Master of Cruelties break that rule? When Master of Cruelties attacks... Oh, I see. Okay, no, you still attack alone with the Master of Cruelties, but then you actually just make the copies. When Master of Cruelties attacks a player and isn't blocked, that player's life total becomes 1. Oh, that doesn't work! Does that work? When it attacks for each opponent, other than defending player, you may create a token. But the problem is you've already attacked. So these cards are coming into play attacking and has not attacked. So you don't actually get the you don't get the trigger. Oh, you do get to kill someone. Okay, do you know what? That actually... So, so this one will... Okay, so this actually is going to work. The original Master of Cruelties will reduce someone's life total to 1. Oh no, but these are attacking everybody else. No, it triggers after blocks. Oh, does it? Oh, sorry. Okay, okay. Reading the whole card explains the card. When Master of Cruelties attacks a player and isn't blocked, that player's life total becomes 1. So you do have to wait for the blocker step. Master of Cruelties assigns no combat damage this turn. Thank you so much, chat. We don't have to call the judge. Don't worry. Chat is... The entirety of my chat is smarter than any judge. That's actually not true. Don't bind me to that. Yeah, the clones are hitting someone else, but it doesn't matter. Okay, so they all attack, and they're not... They trigger at the block step, which is totally fine. Raptor says, attacks alone, me, myself, and I. All right, now how do we combo? How do we combo with Master of Cruelties? To be honest, I think there's a lot of cards that can combo with this. There's some funny cards. Get Matt, oh boy, with Sakashima Student. Yeah, I was gonna mention that gut shot. That sounds like such a funny way of killing someone. No, but the Sakashima Student is the first one mentioned. This is a 4-mana human ninja with ninjutsu. You may have Sakashima Student enter the battlefield as a copy of any creature on the battlefield except it's a ninja in addition to its other types. Oh, I see. So you can attack with a random creature. It wasn't blocked. You then sneak in the Sakashima Student, which then copies the Master of Cruelties, which then reduces somebody. Like, so it's a guaranteed creature that wasn't blocked. That's actually very sneak, level 100 sneak. Maybe level 200 sneak. It does require the illusion of at least one other random creature on the battlefield, but that's okay. Okay, Sakashima Student. And remember, you have to mention the old card so I know where you are. Otherwise, you might mention... and you can just say student plus this card. That's fine with me. I have no problem with that. Blightsteel Colossus? It's not legendary anymore. Okay, so we have 12 mana for an 11/11 trample, infect, indestructible. If Blightsteel Colossus would be put in a graveyard from anywhere, reveal Blightsteel Colossus and shuffle it into its owner's library. It'd be so weird. Your opponent's like, why aren't you attacking with your Blightsteel Colossus? Or maybe you do, and then you're like, and then you get in with like a one random token, and then you all of a sudden you play the Sakashima Student and really screw someone over. All right, Blightsteel Colossus is the new combo card. Blightsteel plus Tinker. No, I can't really count that. Tinker is generally a 3-card combo. Because you don't tinker with Blightsteel. You're not tinkering away your Blightsteel, right? You're actually tinkering away something else. It's a bit awkward. Like Tinker is like almost automatically a 3-card combo-ish type of card. We got Tabashel, Blightsteel Colossus plus Through the Breach. Ooh! Surprise! Through the Breach. 5 mana, instant. You may put a creature card from your hand onto the battlefield. It gains haste. Sack it at the beginning of the next end step. You can also splice onto Arcane. Something not many people do, but they can. Blightsteel is a kind of 1-card combo. It is. Blightsteel plus Omniscience. That sort of works. I mean, Omniscience with anything is a combo. I think it's worth it for everyone to read the comment section or read the chat stream, because there's a lot of good combos here. Here we got Blightsteel plus Through the Breach, Blightsteel plus Chandra's Ignition. But we're at Through the Breach now. It won't work. You put a creature card from your hand onto the battlefield. That creature gains haste. Sack at the beginning of the next end step. Why not? You literally throw this thing on the battlefield and boom, they're dead. Or maybe it's in response to another card. Okay, D-Mads with Emrakul. Just a reminder, everyone, these have to be 2-card combos. Emrakul, oh, you want the Promised End? Emrakul, the Promised End. That's not the Emrakul I thought you would throw in. Spell costs 1 less to cast for each card among card types in your graveyard. When you cast this spell, you gain control of target opponent, flying, trample, protection from instants. I actually don't think this is a good combo card. Because you're just gonna hoof someone for 13 damage. It's a lot of damage, but that's about it. Like, and you also don't gain control of your opponent because you didn't actually get the cast trigger. So I wouldn't say Through the Breach works there. We have, it's got to be a 2-card combo, if that's going to be 3 cards. Lore accurate combo because it's Breach in the... yeah, lore accurate because you see the Emrakul here. Through the Breach. You have a little Stoneforge down here at the bottom left. Yeah, Emrakul is a cast trigger. Do we have any other Breach? Okay, the Real Maxim, Through the Breach, and Galta. Stampede Tyrant. See how this one works. This is 8 mana for a 12/12 trample. When it enters the battlefield, put any number of creature cards from your hand onto the battlefield. I mean, it'll work if you have a bunch of good creatures on in your hand. So you basically, it was like a cost reducer. Your Ghalta costs like 3 mana less by playing your Through the Breach. Yeah, Emrakul the Ion's Torn was actually a classic combo. Would have worked perfectly fine. Okay, we have Ghalta over here. Is there like a card that's like reveal the next 30 cards of your deck, put all dinosaurs in your hand? I think this is a bit Ghalta and Reanimate. This show is awesome. Thanks so much, Bryce. Reanimate. This is a weird... Why are we reanimating the dinosaurs? That's such a weird... That's such a... Ghalta and Flicker... No, Ghalta and Flickerwist can't be any good. Ghalta... Hold on, what is this? Ghalta and Impact Tremors? Two-mana enchantment. Whenever a creature you control enters this enchantment, it deals 1 damage to each opponent. Ah, it's too weak. Too weak. I'm just wondering, there's got to be a big combo with Ghalta here. Oh my god. Enter the Infinite. Enter the Infinite. This has to be good. Enter the Infinite. Draw cards equal to the number of cards in your library. Then you put a card from your hand on top of your library. You have no maximum hand size until your next turn. That's great. So we're going to draw all our dinosaurs. We draw all the dinosaurs, then we play all the dinosaurs. That's absolutely sick. Beautism loves bad MTG combos. Yeah, I've seen that subreddit. I was sometimes thinking of putting on the show, but the thing is, a lot of you would prefer... I prefer to give all the time to everyone in chat who wants to contribute combos. Anyway, I love this combo. That's hilarious. Okay, everyone's got the same idea between Thassa's Oracle, Labman. We'll go with Old Boy's Thoracle. Thassa's Oracle. What's funny is I don't... Does anyone play Thassa's Oracle with Enter the Infinite? Usually Thassa's Oracle is paired with other combo cards. So 2 mana, 1/3. When it enters the battlefield, look at the top X cards of your library, where X is your devotion to blue. Put up to 1 of them on top of your library, and the rest on the bottom of your library in a random order. If X is greater than or equal to the number of cards in your library, you win the game. And then we got Thassa. I don't think that's good enough. I mean, I know what you're trying to do here, but Doomsday is not clean enough. That's like a 6-card combo. We got... I'll go with... I don't know if William got a card. Sorry. No, sorry, William. Yeah, I just disqualified you. How would Jeff? I don't know if Jeff got a card. Leveler. Leveler has, like, no purpose except to, like, satisfy... Thassa's Oracle these days. 5 mana for a 10/10. When Leveler comes into play, remove your library from the game. And then you just Thassa's Oracle for victory. Yeah, Thassa's Oracle plus Cheetos Fingers. Are you being sarcastic, or is that really a card? There's gonna be a point where, like, we're gonna have cards called Cheetos Fingers, and I'm like, I don't know if you guys are taught, like, you know, being clever or not. We've got Leveler. Does that work? The Beamtown Bullies? Beamtown Bullies. Do they care? Vigilance. Tap. Target opponent whose turn it is puts target non-legendary creature card from your graveyard onto the battlefield under their control. It gains haste. Goad it. That doesn't make any sense. We remove our library from the game. I don't get it. If that works, I don't get it. Yeah, Cheetos Universes Beyond. It could just be Snacks Universes Beyond. Lay's chips, Cheetos, Coke and Pepsi, Chicago style popcorn. I don't know how Beamtown Bullies works, so I'm disqualifying it. Removes their library when Lever comes into play. Oh! I'm learning about combos today. Learning about a lot of combos. You can tell I'm not a Beamtown's Bullies stan. That's probably like a staple. Okay, I'm wrong. The price of Leveler is what it's like $4, but it is what it is, probably because of Beamtown Bully decks. You know, it was under their control. Goodbye library. So long. So long, sucker. Turgis was like, I Pringles can your Noid pizza. Yes! I was playing Yonoid from the NES like not too long ago. I never beat that game. Another one of the very few games I never beat, just only because I didn't own it. But I really love the difficulty of that game. If anyone knows what I'm talking about, I was like jamming to the pizza eating contest. I was thinking of like getting that music here on the show, but the problem is it's like really fast paced. I don't know. People don't vibe with fast pace. We're getting old here. Okay, well, back to the show. B Autism, Beamtown Bullies, and Phage the Untouchable. Phage the Untouchable. Yeah, we're gonna give them a Phage. Enters the battlefield. If you didn't cast it from your hand, you lose the game. Sorry about that. Not my fault. That's just what my Beamtown's bullies do. Whenever Phage deals combat damage to a creature, destroy that creature. It can't be regenerated. Whenever Phage deals combat damage to a player, that player loses the game. Okay, how are we going to combo with this card? Oh, we can't. Well, we can't give them legendary cards. Target opponent whose turn it is puts target non-legendary card. Ah, I see. Okay. Actually disqualified, finally. Well, yeah, we're definitely not casting it. Well, the idea was to give it to somebody. It didn't work. Does you know, Anna and everyone else, you got to name the current card plus the card you want to combo with to make it count. Poor Toilet Duck, mentioning a card that got disqualified. The Eater of Days? Eater of Days, 4 mana, 9/8, flying trample. When Eater of Days comes into play, you skip your next 2 turns. Oh no! Basically GG. All right, we have Eater of Days on the board. How do we combo with Eater of Days? I like the art on Eater of Days somehow. I like the colors. You know what? If I don't focus too hard on the picture, I just like the colors of this thing. Good old Mark Tedden staple. Oh, this is actually really good. Teferi's Protection. So we play our Eater of Days. We're going to lose our next 2 turns. But in response, we're going to play Teferi's Protection. Do I have my... don't have my angel sound effect right now. Instant. Until your next turn, your life total can't change, and you gain protection from everything. All perms you control phase out. Exile Teferi's Protection. I will admit, though, I don't think Teferi's Protection would be a very good... Like, at the end of the day, even though they can't affect us, they're still getting, like, 2 extra turns and 2 attacks. Like, not attack steps, but 2 extra turns, 2 extra land drops. They're still getting, like, 2 extra turns, even though they can't affect us. Wouldn't Torpor Orb just not let it do the thing? No, yeah, Torpor Orb would be great, actually. That would be a combo there. So now we have Teferi's Protection. So many people had such great combos here. We have Eater and Torpor Orb, Eater and Stasis, Eater and Trickbind. Those are all good. Eater and Smokestack? What? Okay, Old Boy has World Fire. Ooh. So what? We play World Fire, hold prior. So I guess we play World Fire, which says exile all permanents, exile all cards from all hands and graveyards. Each player's life total becomes 1. But we're gonna hold priority and go to Teferi's Protection. So, oh, and your life total can't change. Oh my goodness, that's amazing. Yeah, that is perfect actually. It's gonna cost the low cost of 12 mana, but holy crap, does it work when it works? You put like 10 counters on Smokestack in past 2 turns. Gutshot has finally got into the game. All right, Gutshot. World Fire and Gutshot. So we put everyone down to 1 life. You still... No, wait a minute. Hold on. How many cards do we have left in hand? You still need a mountain with this. Because you can't pay the life with Gutshot. Okay, we're gonna say it. We're assuming you're actually casting with mana. It's okay. We assume all cards are getting cast with mana. Each player life total becomes 1. So you like draw a mountain, then you draw Gutshot. But in theory, this is like a slower way to win. You are winning slower than someone just playing like actually, I don't know what. Memnite? No, I guess not. Doesn't matter. Yeah, you can't even gut shot from hand. Yeah, because you have no life. You don't have the 2 life to pay the Phyrexian mana. Not gonna work. Put on the stack? You can't. Because you have to... Oh, maybe you can. Maybe, yeah, you're right, actually. Okay, so we play World Fire, hold priority, play Gut Shot. No, it doesn't work. If I hold priority and if I play World Fire, hold priority, play Gut Shot, it's going to resolve first. The opponent just loses a life, and then World Fire resolves and they go to 1. There's no way... If I need to play Gut Shot and then in response play World Fire, but that's impossible because World Fire is sorcery. Okay, Gut Shot. How do we combo with Gut Shot? A Blackbird says Gearson. Never heard of the card. Gearson Starn Kellermorph is a 3-mana 3/2 Tyrannid human. Ward 2, 3 auto stubs. Whenever another source you control deals exactly 1 damage to a permanent or player, Gearson Starn deals 2 damage to that permanent or player. Nah, this is the synergy. Like I'll allow synergy if it's really good. I think this synergy is very, very weak. It's very weak synergy. We need a much bigger and better combo. No, we're gonna assume Gutshot is cast with mana. So we're just gonna assume Gutshot is cast with mana. So Gutshot is gonna qualify. You just need a mountain. You are in a World Fire deck. I was thinking like it's just as fast as winning with like a haste creature, but like so be it. No, you don't need a 3rd card to flash, but it exiles your. No, but you're gonna top deck your Gutshot. Oh, you have no hand. Okay, do you know what? You're right. Top decking the Gutshot isn't reliable. I will disqualify this. All right, we're gonna wind back to World Fire. That's a really good point. Okay, so we don't need to combo with Gutshot. Yeah, I forgot the exiling hand part. Top decking. I mean, of course you could stack it on top of your deck with like a Brainstorm, but then that's a 3-card combo. No good. All right, so we need to. Riftbolt is better. Okay, we'll give Riftbolt. Although I don't know how you're gonna combo with Riftbolt from here. This is not an easy card to combo with. Riftbolt, 3 mana, sorcery. It deals 3 damage to any target. You can also suspend for 1. It only kills 1 person. You're probably gonna die. Probably. Is near-death experience even possible? Don't you lose all your permanents? Yeah, you exile your permanents. your least favorite person. Yeah, your least favorite person. Everyone be nice to me at the table, all right? I have a Rift Bolt. I know how to use it. It's gonna go after somebody here. I'm just curious now how everyone is going to combo with Rift Bolt here. This is our first not really a combo at all card. But you know what? You guys are all really, really creative, so I imagine it's possible. Everyone's still stuck on World Fire. Bolt plus near-death experience. You're at 4. Okay. We allowed similar combos in the past. Okay, near-death experience for 5 mana enchantment. At the beginning of your upkeep, if you have exactly 1 life, you win the game. So Riftbolt is just going to sort of help facilitate get down to 1 life. We were similarly generous with the with one of the Triskaidekaphobia combos. Okay, near-death experience. We have near-death experience in the Wall of Blood. Oh, basically, there's like a lot of, I guess there's a lot of combo cards here where you just can freely like lose all your life. 3 mana for a 0/2, pay 1 life. Wall of Blood gets +1/+1 until end of turn. And this is a cool combo card, actually. This is a card I'm sure can easily combo with something else. Liquid Soulfly had the same idea. The Wall of Blood. I guess this is like maybe a pretty standard combo. The blood cell. Oh, you're talking about near-death experience. So, okay, now we get Fling online. All right, near-death experience and Fling from Raznab. Tried to get Fling in earlier. Wasn't relevant in my opinion, but this time it is. Instant, as additional cost to cast this spell, you gotta sack a creature, and Fling deals damage equal to the sack creature's power to any target. So we're gonna sink as much life as we want into this, and we'll deal that. Basically, pay life, deal that much damage. That's basically how it is. But how many other Fling cards are there? Oh, poor Stanel is like 3 minutes behind the stream. I think there's like a symbol that says if you're live or like how far back you are, because I think if it's red you're live, if it's gray you're like behind the stream. Just let anyone know who's live. Obi Rad with Jumbo Cactar. Everyone's favorite combo card. 7 mana 1/7, but when it attacks it gets plus 9,999 until end of turn. Look at all the other combos. We have Fling, another Jumbo Cactar, another Jumbo Cactar, Hoffrey Ghost, Forge, Fling and Phage. Does that work? We have Fling and Dark Depths. That actually doesn't work. You're talking about the token, not the land. The land does nothing if you can't even sack the land. Okay, so now we have Jumbo Cactar and Swords your own Cactar if all else fails. What is this card? Arden. Or did we do Arden? Arden the Usurper. 8 mana, 4/4. Demons you control have Menace, Lifelink, and Haste. Star Scourge. At the beginning of combat on your turn, exile up to 1 target creature card from your graveyard. If you exile a card this way, create a token that's a copy of that card, except it's a 5/5. No, that's not good. Is it this one? Target player searches their library for a card, then shuffles and puts that card on top of it. I don't get what the combo is here. Demons you control have Menace, Lifelink. It's good. It's good synergy, but like I don't see the like hardcore combo. If there is a combo. I read the right one. Does it actually combo? Does it actually do something? 5/5 with Menace. Yeah, I mean if you double block, I mean you're just gonna gain like a big ton of life. Let's get I don't think Vec got on here. Chandra's Ignition. Chandra's Ignition is a 5 mana sorcery. Target creature you control deals damage equal to its power to each other creature and each opponent. It's basically, okay, I'm going to attack one person. You can block, but that's worthless because I'm going to follow it up with the Chandra's Ignition to wipe everyone else out of the game. That's actually a really nice combo card. You put a Cactar token into battle, it's still a plus 9,999 on the no, but the point is like you it's sorcery. It won't work as a sorcery. Target creature you control deals damage equal to its power. Is it only until combat? Whenever this creature attacks, it gets like a bazillion damage until end of turn, right? Target and then second main phase, I target my Cactar. Target creature you control deals damage equal to its power to each other creature and each opponent. The rare moment chat is wrong. Yeah, it works. And it's also the rare moment I'm right. And it's not even my combo. Yeah, you can cast it afterwards. You know, I mean, I made the same mistake many times in this show where I'm like, the way I'm ordering it makes it sound like it makes sense. Then like, well, or sorry, the way I'm ordering it, like that combo doesn't make any sense. But you realize if you switch the ordering around or the timing around, then it makes more sense. Okay, we got Chandra's Ignition. Marcio with is offering Judith Carnage Connoisseur. All right, Judith. It's a 5 mana 3/4. Whenever you cast an instant or sorcery spell, choose one. The spell gains Death Touch and Lifelink. create a 2/2 red imp creature token with whenever this creature dies, it deals 2 damage to each opponent. So okay, so all we have to do is actually target our our Judith, and then we kill off all the creatures regardless of the 3 damage because we dealt we deal death touch to everything. And we gain a bunch of life. Gaining a life is very nice. Who doesn't like gaining life? Yeah. It's like a guaranteed board wipe. Plus a lot of life. Big chunk of life. I don't know which combo this is for conspiracy. You gotta mention the first card. Doesn't work. The creature deals the damage, which doesn't have death touch. I don't get... Oh, whenever you cast an instant or a sorcery spell, choose one. That spell gains death touch. Target creature you control deals damage equal to its power to each opponent. I don't get it. Oh, so it's not going to work? Oh, that's too bad. All right, back to Chandra's Ignition. Everyone in chat seems to agree. Don't worry. It's not the first, second, third, fourth, or fifth combo I've disqualified today. What is this? That sounds neat. Ankle biter. Merit Lage. Merit Lage technically is not a card. It's a token. Okay, Ankle Biter is a 1-mana 1/1 with Death Touch. Okay, now we're wiping the board. But how are we gonna combo with this card? How do we combo with Ankle Biter? I guess you'd choose another card very similar to Chandra's Ignition. This is gonna leave everyone stuck. We can see how far Gustaferic Moland is. But that's fine. You can always leave your combos in the chats for other people on the replay to go check it out. Okay, we have Steve Cooper with Biter and Finn, the Fang Bearer. This is a 2-mana 1/3 Death Toucher. Whenever a creature you control with Death Touch deals combat damage to a player, that player gets 2 poison counters. All right, we have some poison counter synergy over here. We just need a lot of ankle biters. They bite them ankles. Then you get sick. It's funny, yeah. They bite your ankle, but you don't die. Just somehow have a high fever, and then before you know it, then you're dead. Raptor with wings. Finn plus Felix 5 boots. I'm gonna count it. Yeah, is it a strong enough combo? It's very weak, but I'll count it. Poison is it's like a pretty serious thing. Okay, Felix 5 boots is a 5-mana 5/4 Ooze Rogue. Ooze Rogue. Menace and Ward 2. If a creature you control dealing combat damage to a player causes a triggered ability of a opponent you control to trigger, that ability triggers an additional time. So we are dealing double the triggers. Oh, then double the poison. So before we know it, all you have to do is attack with a few poison creatures and they're already dead. 20 ankle biters is my combo. Just have to copy them enough. Finn plus 4 ankle biters nets 10 poison, so it kind of works. Okay, Dark Stars. Unstoppable Slasher? Combat damage to a player trigger, that ability... No, yeah, we disqualified a previous Unstoppable Slasher, because it can't reduce... It'll deal half, but it'll deal half again, so you get to a little bit less than a quarter damage, but not technically... Not close to, death. Not close enough, at least. David Sampson, Felix, and Old Gnawbone. What is this? So this is 7 mana for a 7/7. Whenever a creature you control deals combat damage to a player, create that many treasure tokens. Not enough. It just, this is... You'll get a lot of treasures. I think we need a little bit more oomph here. it works because this time Felix hits 2 with the slasher. So if a creature you control dealing combat damage to a player causes a triggered ability of a permanent you control to trigger, that ability triggers an additional time. So we attack with the slasher and Felix 5 boots. Let's say they're at 20 life. We hit them for 7. They go to 14. Then they go to 7, then 3. It's still... I hear what you're getting at. And then if they were at like 40 life, they would be left for around 10. But still not lethal. At least put them to 1. We got... What is this? Lightning Army of 1. Okay, Lightning Army of 1 is a 3-mana 3/2 human soldier. First strike, trample, lifelink with stagger. Whenever Lightning Army of 1 deals combat damage to a player until your next turn, if a source would deal damage to that player or a permanent that player controls, it deals double the damage instead. So we're like, okay, so, and we get 2 of those triggers? How does that work? So whenever you deal combat damage to a player until your next turn, if a source would deal damage to that player, I think it's pretty sick. That's not too bad. It's not the best. It's going to deal like a boatload of damage, but it's not technically lethal. But you know what? I think it's Felix damage is quadrupled. In this case, okay, this is quad damage. I like it. And then that's going to be it. I hope you all enjoyed this type of show. We can definitely do it again. It's a combo show where the combos combo with the last combo. I swear, someone could make an entire deck out of this. They just have to go from beginning to the end of the show, have all those cards in their deck, and a bunch of tutors to go find those combo cards. As usual, my coffee crew, we do these shows weekdays, 3 p.m. Central Standard Time. Be there or be square. Thanks to everyone who supports the show. If you're a patron on Patreon, a member on YouTube, or you super chat to be part of the show, or even super chat so other people are part of the show. And of course, thank you so much, everyone, for all your combo cards. People like Turg, Dinglebag, Steve Cooper, Old Boy. We got Gustav, David Sampson, Zazams, Old Boy. We got Frederick Raptor with Wings, Conspiracy Cracker. We have Jeff, Mercenary, Jess, Beatism, Kano, Tabisha. We have a pretty full day today. We got the Real Maxim. Mana doesn't win games, damage does. That's right. And as usual, my coffee crew, keep brewing those coffees, and we're going to keep brewing up the magic. Take care of yourselves, and I will see you at the next cup.